Hey, what is up guys? My name is Nate and welcome to a little video basically just talking about what I want in this year's Call of Duty. I saw Jack Frags uploaded a video, I think yesterday, and he talked about what he wanted to see in the Battlefield that's coming out this year, so I'm just copying him and doing it for Call of Duty. I'm really just going to go over kind of the big things. I'm not going to go into a ton of detail because then the video would be like 30 minutes long and I don't want to do a 30-minute video. So first I'll go over really the things that I think everybody's going to want to see in the next Call of Duty. So the big one, and I know I've talked about this a bunch in the last couple of months because of World War II, but in this year's Call of Duty, I really want to see some good maps, fun maps, maps where if you see them come up in the rotation, you want to vote for that map. And to be honest, I'm not really that worried about this because Treyarch tends to make some really good maps. Like if they come out with 12 maps, usually around 6 of them are really fun maps to play. But of course, there's always a couple that are not all that great and usually nobody's gonna vote for. But I have a good feeling it's not going to be like World War II where just every map is just, it's either eh or it's I really don't want to play this, like Gustav and USS Texas. Moving on, and this is what I think is probably the best thing, or one of the best things Sledgehammer did with World War II. And that is 60 hertz dedicated servers. Now, when you're used to playing World War II, you don't really notice it as much. You don't notice the 60 hertz. But for this video, you'll see I went back and played BO2 and BO3. And going back to those CODs, when I'm so used to playing World War II, it is very obvious. The hit reg is way more instant. I get shot behind the wall a lot less. The only thing that isn't really different is just like every Call of Duty, there's a lot of instances where you just shoot through people. I don't know why that happens. Oh, shoot. Oh, what? How did I miss? But just like past Call of Duties, it's still a problem in World War II, even though we're playing on 60 hertz. But that is what I want to see in this year's Call of Duty is 60 hertz dedicated servers and fully dedicated servers. No player-to-player connections, no listen servers, just fully dedicated servers, which is I think Treyarch usually does, so that should be fine. Now the next thing, I don't know why it seems that the two developers, Sledgehammer and Infinity Ward, just hate this feature now. But one thing that World War II took out this year and Infinity Ward takes out every year now is weapon switch canceling, or as most of you probably know it as, YYing. If you don't know, this is just where in Call of Duty, if you double tap the weapon switch key or button, I guess, it'll cancel it out. And for whatever reason, Sledgehammer and Infinity Ward have like taken it out and don't want it in the game anymore. And I don't know why. It is such a good mechanic. It's very good to be able to cancel out animations like sprinting or reloading, vaulting, all of those if you just YY, and you can get it down really, really well. Thankfully though, Treyarch just keeps on putting it in their games. It was there for BO3, BO2, BO1, World at War, so I'm not really that worried about it. But this is also a feature that I'm really hoping in the future that the other developers keep on adding, because I don't know why they took it out. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Next, I wanted to bring this up because I went back and played Black Ops 1 for Throwback Thursday, and I had a ton of fun with the kill streaks in this game. Oh my gosh. This is what kill streaks should be. Go. Oh my gosh. It's so good. And this might not be for everybody, but the last couple of years, I felt like the score streaks were just kind of lacking and boring. And I thought it was just because a lot of the kill streaks are very similar to every other Call of Duty, and maybe we were just getting bored of them. But no, when I went back and played BO1 and I got the chopper gunner, it was so much fun. So I don't know why they're so boring now. It could have to do with them taking more kills to get and not lasting as long. So in general, they're just not as good as they used to be. But whatever it is, I hope that Treyarch fixes it this year and makes them fun again. Especially the highest kill streak, which is usually like the chopper gunner or the mothership VTOL, whatever. I really hope that they can make it fun again in this year's COD. And then this is probably my favorite thing from World War II that I want to be in this year's Call of Duty. All the customization and variants. So I don't mean the variants from Advanced Warfare. I mean the variants from this year's Call of Duty, World War II, where they're completely cosmetic. They don't change the weapon damage, accuracy, nothing. It just makes it look different. I really liked it. I liked it a lot more than camos. and I thought it was a really good idea. That and all the customization for your characters, the different helmets and all that stuff, the different faces. I really like all that too, but I think most of that stuff is probably going to be in the next Call of Duty because Treyarch did it the year before too for BO3. Now, for the rest of these topics, these are very, I would say, opinion-based. I asked on Twitter what people wanted to see from this year's Call of Duty, and then some of these are mixed in with what I just want from the next COD. So the first one that I have listed is I want the pick 10 system back, or pick 12, whatever. I did not like the division setup that was in World War II. It was good of them to try to change something, so I'm sure that the balancing was a lot easier. I just didn't like it. I felt like it added to World War II just not being addicting and being a pretty boring COD. Like, if we can just go back to how it was in BO2 or even Advanced Warfare, the creative class was really good in that game. That would be amazing. Just no more of this basic training and division stuff. Now, this is also very my opinion, and I would say a lot of other people's opinion too. I don't want specialists back. They weren't in World War II, and I really liked that they weren't in the game. They were just really easy kills for people that I would say didn't deserve them a lot of the time. And while they could be fun at times, like in BO3 when you had the scythe and you could just aimbot everybody and melt them down, it was really annoying when you're on a streak and then some guy who's going 1 in 10 finally gets his war machine and just one-shots you from like a mile away. And it's so hard to avoid them because you're gonna get them. Everybody in the lobby is gonna get their specialists at least once in the game. So yeah, I don't want specialists back, but that's definitely my opinion. I know a lot of people really like them actually. I also have listed on this piece of paper here that I want it to be modern day, and a lot of other people want it to be modern day, but I think it's most likely going to be modern day. I definitely don't see them going back to the future because they've already been in the future twice. BO2 was actually in the future. If you didn't know, it just wasn't like super far in the future, and then BO3 was way in the future. So this year's Call of Duty, I feel it's most likely going to be modern day. There's still a chance it could be like World War II era, but I highly doubt that. But yeah, modern day, that'll be amazing because modern day is by far my favorite setting for Call of Duty. This is another small one, but I actually had a lot of people say this on Twitter when I asked them about it. A lot of people, including myself, want there to be sliding back. One thing that I really liked in BO3 was the sliding because it was really easy to slide around a corner and try to catch somebody off guard. Now, obviously, the sliding in this year's Call of Duty probably isn't going to be as drastic as it was in BO3 because we're not going to have jetpacks, or I'm hoping we don't have jetpacks. But still, the sliding mechanic is really fun. Like if they could duplicate the sliding from Battlefield 1 in the beginning, because now it's been patched like crazy and it's not as good as it was in the beginning, but the beginning Battlefield 1 sliding was so much fun. So if they can do something like that on a boots on the ground COD, I think it would be really good. It would just make the movement even more smooth. Combined with the already smooth movement of pretty much every COD, and then having YYing back, it would just be so nice. And then lastly, because I play on PC, I should probably talk about it. As usual, from every Call of Duty, I just want there to be a good PC port. So for example, World War II actually had a pretty good PC port. We have dedicated servers, we have an FPS slider that goes all the way up to 200 frames. We have an FOV slider, which is really good. I think it goes all the way up to 90. We have good controls. The mouse movement, actually the mouse movement in the beta felt disgusting, but they made it a lot better in the full release. I wouldn't say it's perfect, but it's pretty close. As the beta was going on for this game on PC, Michael Condrey decided not to add controller aim assist to the PC version of the game because he said it was going to cause balancing issues, which is really good. If Treyarch could do that again, that would be amazing. Not trying to hate on people who want to use a controller, but having the aim assist on PC where most of the players are going to be using keyboard and mouse and not have any aim assist, it just really unbalances the game. So hopefully Treyarch will see what Sledgehammer did and how much of a positive impact it had on the game on PC, and they'll decide not to add it into this game either. And then everything else is just very small details or stuff that I already kind of expect from Treyarch this year. Like, I'm sure everybody doesn't want there to be anything that's going to seriously change the gameplay in supply drops. I do have a feeling that they're going to do what World War II did this year and have new weapons come out for the game throughout the year. But I'm sure they're also going to do what World War II did and have it to where you can unlock those guns outside of supply drops too. So you can just do challenges to get them, which I am honestly completely fine with. I love that they add guns throughout the year because it just makes it more fun. and it gives you something else to come back to play the game. But anyways, guys, if you guys have any recommendations or something that you would want to see back into Call of Duty, or maybe some completely new feature that you want in this year's Call of Duty, let me know in the comments, because I asked on Twitter and I got a few, but most of it was kind of people saying a lot of the same stuff over and over again. So anyways, guys, thank you for watching the video. I hope you have an amazing rest of the day, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later.